everybody. Julie here from Mostly Caffeinated. I'm about a week, no, I'm about a week late on the favorites this month because I totally forgot that I hadn't done a March favorites yet. But here we are. It's Friday. It's time for my 5 favorites from the month of March. So here we go. First of all, I tend to talk fashion and beauty first. My fashion favorite is not just this one pair of socks, okay, although let's be real. Like, these are Starry Night socks. It doesn't get any better. Somebody's driving down my street. Anyway, but more importantly is the brand that the socks are from. These are from a company that's recently gone a little bit viral on the internet called johnscrazysocks.com. I will certainly link to his company down below. But these socks are sold by a young man named John who happens to have Down syndrome. He runs his own company. All he does is sell socks because that's his favorite thing to do. He knew his niche and he went after it. Let me tell you, his company has just exploded in the last month or so because they got some attention on social media and some news networks, and it's just really blown up. They've hired, I think they are now renting a business facility instead of working out of his home, and it's just great. He owns his own successful business. I believe he's like 19 or 20. I don't even think, an average neurotypical person normally owns their own business by 19 or 20. And if you didn't know, I do a lot of work with people with special needs, especially developmental disabilities like Down syndrome. I actually am on the board of directors for a sleepaway summer camp for adults with developmental disabilities. So it always kind of touches my little nugget of a heart when somebody who is not neurotypical has great success in something, and especially if it's something that I can easily support, such as buying socks. This was definitely not a stretch for me. Socks are something that are kind of used up eventually. I don't feel like socks decrease my minimalism because eventually all socks are going to wear out and get holes and I'm going to need new ones. My boys needed bigger socks. My husband needed better quality socks. I was a few pairs short of a full week of socks, so I ordered all of us socks. And let me tell you, the boys, my husband included, have been wearing theirs, so they're all in the wash. The only pair I could find to show you was my Starry Night knee-highs. I have washed these a couple of times, and the quality has not diminished. There is no pilling going on. They're not out of shape in any way. They're still just as soft as they came out of the package. So he chooses some great quality products to distribute, let me tell you. They are packaged wonderfully. If you follow my Instagram, you saw he even threw in M&Ms with my package, and a handwritten note goes out with everyone, and some discount codes came with my package as well. So I have nothing but great things to say about John's Crazy Socks. I hope he has a lot of continued success. If you need some really interesting, unique, high-quality socks, go check out his website. It'll be linked below. Okay, then on to kind of a beauty. It's not really beauty, but like, what is the word I'm looking for? I don't mean like hygiene. Whatever. You know what I mean. I have been loving the Tony Moly face masks. Let me tell you. These are just the ones that I currently have left from the open pack. I got the just assorted pack on Amazon. I'll link down below. They were, 11 or 12 of them in the pack. And these are the ones that are currently left. But they are, first of all, adorable. Like, look at this packaging. It's got unusual font. I'm a sucker for unusual font. If the font of your, business is a typical word processor font, that kind of drives me nuts. If I see signs or storefronts that have, papyrus font, Book Antiqua font, it just makes me crazy. So Tony Moly kind of did their own handwriting type font. The pictures are cute. They are originally Korean, I believe. I'm pretty sure the back of this is written first in Korean, but it does have English instructions. And the English is not so muddled that you can't follow the directions. So that's nice. And they're for all different skin things. I don't really know what skin thing I'm trying to achieve. I just like to do a face mask once a week, and I have been loving the Tony Moly ones. They are affordable. They're like $1 a mask. Can't go wrong. They smell good. They work well. Loving those. On to my kids' favorite of the month. It's kind of a general category of coloring and activity type books. Things that could be learning activities but don't have to be. So I could work with my 3-year-old and actually be reviewing his numbers and letters and drawing skills, or I could just let him color in the thing. And I have 3 different such items in front of me. First of all, is this Crayola coloring book. He got this from a friend of mine for Christmas about a year ago. And what I love is it came with stickers, first of all. Okay. Secondly, it's white paper, not like newsprint. This is, let me feel the weight of this. Not quite the weight of printer paper, but it's close. They're double-sided pages, but they work pretty well with marker. You can see he markered on this page with the kittens. It doesn't really bleed through. If you're a heavy marker, it will, but anyway, it came with a sheet of stickers. This is super fun. I just let him color freely in this, and, you know, it's cheap. If he decides to color on every single page, or if he gets a hold of scissors and hacks it up, or goodness knows, it does not matter. It's brilliant. The next thing is something we've been taking along to church as we struggle bus through our Wednesday afternoon Lenten services. I've taken this along to help. This is the Usborne Wipe Clean alphabet book. Now they have, I believe, an uppercase and a lowercase. They might even have a wipe clean cursive. I'm not sure. And Usborne books, if you're not familiar, this is like a, what do they call those? Direct marketing, multi-level marketing type of thing. It's the type of thing where you have like a party where you know a consultant and they sell these. And the cool thing about Usborne is a lot of their parties tend to be on Facebook or online, so you don't actually have to host something in your home. And you still get hostess rewards of free books. And so this is one of the only companies whose parties I actually participate in and agree to host. Because books are something that I just think have a lot of value. I don't need more Tupperware. I don't need stamps. I don't need beauty products that are overpriced and might not work for me. I don't need more soft t-shirts. I just don't, because I keep minimal on all those things. But books I can always use. And I got this when I hosted an online Usborne party. My toddler has colored all in here, but it's essentially got a lot of dotted lines. You could trace your letters, you can trace shapes, or if you're my son and you're into color or circling things, you can just circle. Or color in patches. It can be learning. We sometimes do go through here and practice tracing, practice doing our letters, but sometimes he just colors in it for fun. And it's got a dry erase marker. It's great. And the last kind of activity thing I have to show you is this gigantic thing. It's a Thomas the Tank Engine activity pad. My mom got this for my 3-year-old. I don't know if it came from Costco or Sam's Club, but it came from a warehouse store. And it's big. And it's got, again, the white paper. And it's got a variety of activities. Some are letter forming. It does the whole alphabet this way. But it also has numbers, working with counting using the number and the word. And then if you move on, it's got shapes work, learning to color or recognize the shape, read about the shape, trace the shape. And at the very end, it's got just big coloring pages of the Thomas characters with their name on. So if you don't know who they are, it's right there for you. And it also came with a sheet of stickers. So this is, I'm doing the same thing. If he wants to learn something, we can choose a learning page and I can help him to complete it correctly. If he just wants to color or circle or trace or whatever, fine, great, so be it. It was a great gift for my son. Okay, and my last 2 categories. Usually I do a housekeeping thing, like a cleaner or some kind of device that I have to help with my housekeeping. But this month, I don't really have a new device or cleaning product that I want to talk about. So I'm going to just do 2 randoms instead of a housekeeping and a random. My first random is this book, which I actually picked up at Goodwill. It's called RQ&A, 3-year journal for 2 people. And what it really is like a line-a-day journal. I'm going to show you some pages that we haven't written in yet. A line-a-day journal with like a little journal prompt. And there's 2 spaces for this year. So you'd fill this in 2017. I can write just a little blurb, and then my husband can write a little blurb. And we go through the whole year. And then next year we go down to this set of lines, right? 2018, I write my little answer, he writes his little answer, and so on for 3 years. And they're really easy questions. What does the sky look like today? Invent an award that your partner should receive. Do you feel good about your choices today? Describe a challenge that you're facing recently. What's the last book you read? What's your partner's favorite beverage, do you think? They're just really easy to answer. And I picked this up because we are in a season right now where we are not seeing each other very much or talking very much. We're both quite busy. We've got a lot going on. And I feel like we don't have time to talk randomly. Maybe that's not important to everybody, but in our relationship, we've done a lot of sitting around late at night and just talking about whatever comes to mind, just completely random things. And we enjoy doing that, and we have not had time to. But this forces us to at least one sentence a day communicate, even if it's written communication, about something random. And it's just nice to see each other's answers. It's nice to take the minute to do it. And I've never bothered to keep up with journaling for myself, but this is a thing that's really easy and accessible, and I feel like has value beyond just my own journaling. It has value to our relationship. So I'm enjoying this. I don't know if this is still available. It says copyright 2013, so I don't know how old this is. It's got an American price and a Canadian price, so I'm assuming it's originally published, in the United States. It's got a website inside, potterstyle.com. Maybe I'll link that down below if you can still get this, or something similar. Or you can just print out a sheet of journal prompts and do them together. You know, whatever. I leave this by where my husband eats breakfast in the morning. He fills it out and then puts it back on my desk. And I fill it out during the day for the next day and repeat. But it's been a nice little touch to our relationship. And lastly, where would I be without a hot beverage? This is the coffee I've been drinking lately. It's called Coffee Jar. That's Coffee by the Jar is the name of the company. This is actually local. This is a local company that I found at my grocery store, and all their coffee comes in a canning jar like this, and it's all got different kind of punny names depending on the roast and where the beans were sourced from. So this one is called The Road to Sulawesi, which is not the funniest pun. I wanted to pick one with a funnier punny name, but this is the one that seemed like the flavor was going to be most up my alley. They have a little roast level thing on the back. This is called Full City Roast, which it says it's the verge of the second crack, medium body and roast, origin nuances. And it's single origin, fair trade, small batch, locally roasted coffee is what it is. And this particular one is Arabica coffee done to a full city roast. And as soon as I opened this jar, I just knew I had found my coffee nirvana. And I am not exaggerating. This smells and tastes after being brewed exactly like a Starbucks cup of coffee. I don't know if it's because it's fresh, if because it's small batch, if it's got to do with the roast, because I'm pretty sure Starbucks coffee is Colombian. I don't know. But this is just, it's my precious. This is going to be repurchased, even though it's way more expensive than the old bag coffee from the mass retailers because it's locally produced. But I love it. So good. And it's kind of zero waste because it comes in a canning jar. So win, win, win. So those are my favorites for the month of March. That went a little bit longer than I like them to go, but I feel like I had a lot of explaining to do. Check out the links down below if you were interested in any of those products. Check out the other links that you'll find here for our other videos and for my blog, which is down in this corner. We are really ramping things up there since we moved it over. The content has become more consistent and a little headier. It's getting a little more philosophical. I've got a lot of new stuff in the works there. But anyway, if you enjoyed what you saw, please click like, consider subscribing so you can follow all of my new videos when they do come up. Leave a comment below if you'd like to talk about any of these products, or if you have your own favorites for March or your own favorites video you'd like to link on here, you can go ahead and do that too. I'll see you around. Bye.